Hello, everybody. This is Sharonda, and this is my web presentation for my YouTube channel, Spiritual Sense. Today is March, which is, today is Monday, which is March 21st. And in this particular YouTube channel, I go over topics in regards to the occult, paranormal, supernatural. I speak on things such as hauntings, curses, out of body experiences, soul travel, angels, demons, spirit guides, to name a few. I also have incorporated UFOs as well, and I do a daily tarot card reading into this um, YouTube channel. I also have a podcast, which I'm not recording on my podcast today, but it's on Spreaker.com, and I have four um, total podcasts. Spiritual Sense being one, Holistic Health, Health Matters, and Ancient Ancestry. And so yesterday I went through a whole spread where I did my integrated tarot card reading, which I do typically on Sundays, where incorporate all of my cards into my tarot card reading. And it's so many steps in when you do real presentations to get everything right. And I presented all of the information, 35-minute video that did not record. And I was, kind of teed off about that. So I decided, okay, well, maybe I'll just do it another time. So I'm going to proceed to do that now. Okay. So I also like to mention that this podcast is for what? Entertainment purposes. That means you come here because you have an interest in the paranormal, supernatural, occult. If it just so happened to coincide with something that may be going on in your life, that may be by chance or even by happenstance. And what that means is I personally myself don't go super probing and private into anyone's personal affairs and then presenting it here. Okay. So when you get into spirit work and spirituality, a lot of times you will notice how serendipity, synchronicity work hand in hand in regards to the spirit. Some things just happen to happen. And you will know spirits. You will know when it's God trying to capture your attention, like when he will put a person in a mode or some type of trance to where they're just merely messages, meaning messengers, meaning their message is being channeled through them. And this is how you know God will use whom he will and who he may to convey a message, okay? So I know many people found upon tarot card reading. I was one of those people at one point in time. And I think most people are inquisitive or curious about something, particularly the unknown, in this life experience as we know it. We all will be inquisitive or curious about one thing versus the next. And in this life journey, it is a learning opportunity and experience. So, we all will be faced with adversities or adversaries, on a day-to-day basis. It's all based on what you can tolerate. Even with me, trying to be positive on this newfound, well, I've always been this way, particularly, since the age of 25 when I had my epiphanic moments with God. And he had to, get me in such a way to where I became humble. But I've always been a humble person. But it took me to do some deep soul searching to find out what it is that he wanted for me and what it is that this life journey was all about. In essence, I have gained so much knowledge apart from what people will ever know. And so things that presents to me, God lets me know these are spirits. And as I gotten older and have gained that insight and that wisdom and understanding, If you sit back and just pay attention, you will see it even in your children. You will see it in your loved ones. You will see it in family. You will see it in friends. You will see it in foes. These are spirits, whether it be favorably or unfavorably. This is simply what it is. And many times God will have a person in a set or a mode to where they speak for you. Oftentimes where people feel like they're being judged as such, and somebody is taunting them and picking with them. You got to understand that this is it. This is how the life's journey and experience is. Okay. So the biggest thing that we will find in life is this. Oftentimes people or these spirits job is to what? Discredit you. You're out of place. Oftentimes you'll find that in order for you to advance in life, they want to bring you down to a point where you simply are doing as you are told without any free will or free thought. And somebody such as myself who have been, enlightened spiritually can see this is manipulation and control. This is not being done by desire. This is being done by the works of spirits. And boy, oh boy, contrary to what popular belief may be, you know, that, you know, the cliches that you hear, okay, life is, I've always done what I liked, in terms of, you know, it's not a career, but is a life's passion and things of the sort. And that may be the case for many of people, but not all of the people. Sometimes we have to bring in clarity and realism as to what the deep, dark moments that people don't want to go to really are. So, in this particular podcast, or I should say, a web presentation for my Spiritual Sense YouTube channel, I go over that. I give my account on how spirit meets science, how spirit meets nature, physical, how reason and logic meet spirituality. These are my opinions. Just like you have a opinion to feel how you feel, I have the same opinion. But if you don't know how to be around them. If you sit back and think about it, because if I sit and let you, if you sit and let those spirits manipulate you, they'll say, "Oh, well, why did you do that?" And then if you stick up for yourself and be vocal, "Oh, she thinks she's this." So this is where I say God had to make me aware that these are demons. Either way you look at it, you can put, paint a pretty picture. You can paint a pretty picture on a blank canvas. It still need to be dolled up. They still doll it up. It's the point, make it more often what it is. That's what I'm getting at. Make more out of a situation than what it truly is, or exaggerate a situation more often than what it truly is. Okay, so you really don't know how to gauge to be around them. The best thing you could do is try to remain level-headed. Sometimes it may take stepping away from certain individuals and spirits and energies in order to gain insight on yourself. Okay, so before I proceed with my tarot card reading, I'd like to state that this podcast again is for entertainment purposes, meaning it is optional, plain and simple. Okay, so I like to pay homage to the rishis that I favor: Bashet or Basset, Yamaya, Shango, and Osiris. You can call upon these deities to assist you in times of trouble, infinite knowledge, capability, understanding, and clarity. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, as it is said, it is so. I declare and I decree. Um, so I don't know what this reading is on, but I do feel like it's a relevant reading. I do. I feel like it's a reading that is warranted, and I honestly feel as though, because to be honest with you, I did record my integrated tarot reading yesterday, and I did match record. Somehow it glitched off and didn't, work. So I said, okay, well, let me go ahead and re-record it now. So that's what I'm going to do now. I do believe in freedom of speech, long as it's done with tact, but some things is being disrespectful, and that's not tolerable. So if you feel like it, to those individuals who out there who may be listening in or will be listening in, if you feel any way offended by this podcast, the notion that I'm doing this is contrary to, this is a different phase of me. Okay. It is optional. I have to constantly say that it's optional. That means you are not forced to look at this. Is the point. Okay, so we're going to proceed with the tarot card reading for today. And let me proceed with spreading of my cards. All right, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So the first deck of cards that I'm working with is my Psychic Tarot card. It's the first deck of cards I'm working with. For card 1, I have Passion Ignited. Is what I have here. Passion Ignited. Right now I feel as though many people are battling. I'm just going to touch bases on what that reading was on yesterday. Many people are having battles of not only spiritual, but spiritual manifests into the physical as well as psychological as well. I do feel as though that this attack, not only is it spiritually related, but it's a psychological warfare to bring down the intellect of the people. That's what I feel like. This is Satan's biggest tool and trick, is to make you feel like you are less than, that you're not capable, you're incompetent, and you're stupid or dumb. As I mentioned, the biggest trick the devil ever pulled is what convincing the world he did not exist. When Satan sees that you are making him or her, or him and her, stupid, they will try to bring harm and danger to you. Simple as that. You have it on a bigger scale. You have it on a more higher, smaller scale, as well as on a bigger scale. So card 2, I have financial and material changes. That's what I have here. Right now, I show that someone out here is battling a spiritual as well as a psychological attack right now. Like, I feel as though I'm picking up the energies, because I had an incident that happened, this morning, be honest with you. And I honestly feel as though there is an attack of negative energy. It's a deceptive manipulative Jezebel spirit. And all it seeks to do is to steal, kill, and destroy. It will stick day and night waiting for you to bite so it can bring in other negative energies. It's a manipulative, deceitful spirit. And I feel as though this Jezebel spirit right now is on attack um in healthcare. This negative spirit, Jezebel spirit, is on attack in healthcare, meaning attack by way of your health is what I feel. She's a manipulative spirit. She's a demonic spirit. She seeks to steal, kill, and destroy. This is a Jezebel spirit. Card 3, universe card. This is what they're trying to attain. Typically, when I get the universe card, it's in relation to karma. So, we are all what? Human. We are all bound by this flesh. That means we're not perfect. No one is perfect. But those who think that they are perfect, meaning God or Christ-like, sometimes they are encased in their own pseudo delusions and hallucinations to where they feel as though, okay, if you do B and it says do A, they will try to send you to hell, so to speak. Right now, I feel as though that those are inquisitive spirits. They would do whatever it takes to discredit you, to put you on Front Street, to prove a point. They're very heartfelt. They're very heartfelt. And what do I mean by heartfelt? Personal. Like seek out, like coming looking for, investigative, hypervigilante. You would know them. You would know it in the countenance. God will put it in the countenance to where they can't say nothing to the contrary. You will know Satan for what he truly is, or she truly is. They seek to steal, kill, and destroy. So what exactly are you getting at? So I'm going to explain to you what I'm getting at. Oftentimes, people are being forefronted by a group or a legion of a people. This is not to scare anyone. This is not, I'm just making you conscientious and aware of how spirit and spirituality work. Card 4, emotionally lost. This right here is the root of the issue. So somehow they feel some sense of inadequacy or deficit. Typically, when you get these disembodied spirits, that means someone who has a lack thereof, someone who feels a sense of inadequacy or can't don't measure up. The first thing they want to do is come and nitpick and look for strife, look for if every dot ain't crossed, and then if they, okay, I allowed you, to let that go. You ain't allowed me to do nothing. Because number one, you are not my mother. You're not my keeper. You did not have no say in me getting here. You didn't give me nothing. It's the point. Card 5. This is something that God wants me to communicate, because these things occur on a day-to-day basis. This is what He wants me to convey and to speak. See, he's getting me for not speaking. He's getting me for not telling. He's getting me for not vocalizing and expressing to people what that is. He said this message here is to the women. this message that I have here today is to the women. This is a warning. It is not a threat. It's a warning. Number 7, mental conflict. This is the attitude. There's a lot of psychological. I just mentioned this before I even pull that card over. It's a spiritual warfare, and it's being done by way of psychological attack on the mindset and the mentality. He said, I'm going to explain something to you. You need to tell them. To those who are out there sitting on the wayside, let them keep it up. This is not a threat. It's a warning. He says, I will put the spirit in you. You will turn on your own self. So a threat is something that you may do. A warning will happen. This right here is card 8. Physically surrounding triumph and success. This is a message coming from the supreme being. This is not, whenever I get perpetuated to put out, a lot of people say, and don't get me wrong, because when I put out positivity, negative, a whole bunch of forces want to come against me. So I have to, expose those forces. I have to put it on Front Street, because that's exactly what presents to me. And I have to give the realism of it. That's what I have to do. Card 9, solitude, hopes, fears, and dreams. Right now, I show the enemy is fearful right now. Like the enemy feels fear. This is why the enemy seeks to what? Cause division, to try to get you alone, get you isolated. But in fact, the enemy itself feels fear. Card 10, choose wisely. Choose wisely. That means you have to be very careful and cautious as to who you associate with. You have to be very cautious and conscientious as to who you associate with, who you give your time and energy to right now, because there is a transference. I did a podcast, I want to say the year, which was roughly going on 4 years now. It might have been 3.5 years now, where I mentioned about spiritual transference. Like some people may say spirits may leap. That is the truth. And so there is a such thing as when you associate or affiliate around certain spirits as such, that you will be able to pick up what those demons are that they have. Like you will be able to take on those spirits impersonations. Simple as that. So this message, I feel as though, is to those demonic forces out in the universe that's seeking to steal, kill, and destroy and discredit, and it's all about me and this, that, and the other. You need to keep your mind focused on what your mission is to do, and not coming around nitpicking and worrying about things that really don't have no relevance to you. That's what you need to do. And if you're not happy in your position and feel like life owes you something, where there's options in life that you can take. That is not a threat. That's a warning. Okay, so we're going to proceed to card 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I read the card backward when I go to the second card. Okay, so I have the Hermit card. So he says that It's card, the Hermit card is card 10 for the second card, which have a 9 here. It says loneliness, unattached, soul searching, time needed, or time alone. So he says these spirits, they are very unhappy. They thirsty, hungry spirits. You would know a thirsty, hungry spirit. It always seeks to overindulge to compensate for its inadequacy. And many of the times it would take form in a way of deviancy. So this is deviancy, or the demon trying to cover up for its lack thereof, because it serves no purpose. The only purpose it is here to do is to cause a nuisance and annoyances, steal, kill, and destroy. And when it has realized that this is the only purpose it serves to society, it will continue to aggravate and agitate those around it. Card 9. This is the Hopes, Fears, and Dreams card. So we have Page of Cups, young woman to 25, basic good news. So this is the thing. Again, it is someone that lacks purpose, a lacking of purpose. So we're going to proceed to card 8. Card 8 said is what physically surrounding. 6 of Cups, happy house, childhood memories. So what has happened is a lot of these spirits are jealous and envious. When you say that word to certain individuals, it sparks anger. You don't have to necessarily you could be jealous of a person because they walk in authority, where you walk in imitation and mockery. You know, there's a difference between when somebody owns a presence and when somebody imitates false confidence. And you can smell it on them like a mile away. You can smell it on them. Okay, so we have 7. Queen of Pentacles, woman over 25, dark eyes and dark hair, professional business domineering. So this, again, these spirits are intimidated by your authority. When you walk with a sense of authority and know-how, they always seek to taunt, discredit, manipulate, lie, and deceive. Plain and simple. The devil's biggest trick is to what? Convince the world he or she does not exist. That means they'll hide behind a fake facade to make it appear as though they more off than they truly are. They're better off than they truly are. They got everything put together. And when it all comes into focus, you will see how God will prevail and reveal that demonic spirit. So we have card 6. Letter of news coming, victory news. These spirits are put on display. They set these spirits up and say, I'm the type of person, being who I am, I recognize how demons and spirits operate. I'm not going to set a person up to fall down, but many people do. And oftentimes, God will put the spirit in you to be to the contrary. Despite what I don't want to do, he's not concerned about that. You're going to recognize that this is a demon and you're going to fall in suit with it to deceive it, because when I get ready to put it out of here, it's gone. Card 5. 6 of Swords. It says boat or over water traveler, turning boat out of troubled waters into common waters. He says, so I use these things as a testament, as a test to you. So you can realize and recognize this is what the desires of me are. I am simply using you as a vessel and using them as a vessel to show that greatness will prevail. Because see, oftentimes people get beside themselves and they think things have been afforded to them, and they went their whole life thinking one way, and they come to find out they was being deceived. Card 4, root of the issue or reason. We have Ace of Pentacles, money coming, divine wish being granted. This is the desires. Like, this is the desires of the people. I'm simply, a messenger. I'm simply displaying a message. As I mentioned, this podcast and this YouTube channel is for entertainment purposes. So if someone is listening in to this, it's possibly that it requires that you need to hear it. Because you could very well be dealing with this situation, or will be, or have dealt with this situation. I mean, that's the cycle of life. Okay, so above the situation, this is what's above the situation, or where you trying to attain, where you getting at. So we have the 3 of Pentacles, improvements underway, but delays around it. Renown, glory, place of worship. So I honestly feel as though this is to bring some sense of order and peace and serenity into a situation. Don't go focusing on what the next person do. You worry about what you need to do in terms of what it has been assigned to you. Some things is you can't save the world, so to speak. And you find a lot of people that want to fault find on everything, come in nitpick, fault find. He's something to do away with those demons. He said this is what the cleanup needs to happen. These are demons, and you will know them. Okay, so I have part 2. This is the barrier of the obstacle, Ace of Swords. Frustration, double in the sword, hollow victory. So, it may appear as though they got the ball in their court and everything works in their favor. And oh my gosh, things just work so perfect and effortlessly for them. No. That is not the truth. And so this right here showing the King of Swords in the upside down position. Man over 25, brown eyes, brown hair, cold, abrasive, demands respect. So this right here is because of a lack of respect. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Even if you may not feel disrespected by a situation, God sees and feels disrespected by a situation. And even, as I mentioned, well, why would he allow these things to happen just to turn around and what? Slay it. Because these are spirits. That goes to show you that it's going to be what I say it is. Plain and simple. That means I put these demons here to enlighten you as such. That's the purpose of their existence. So we have the 3rd card on the AE Weight Tarot card. And I'm going to say 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So for card 10, I have the Emperor card. I do feel like it is employment related, because you're going to see this across the board whenever you're trying to get your monies to survive. The fittest, only the strongest will survive, as they say. I do show that this authority, or a so-called authority, God wants you to know that number one, there's no authority I'm the true authority. I will allow them to have the title and make them feel as though they have authority, but you will see how things will prevail. Card 9, we have Knight of Swords, Hopes, Fears, and Dreams. So, I have certain individuals or certain spirits placed in certain locations and groups to 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 show my cause and how spirituality really works. Under my cause is what it mentions based on these cards. Now, card 8, we have what? Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. This is what is physically surrounding or what you sensing. He's using one situation to tell on another situation. Asking for clarity and understanding as to what that is. Part 7, Page of Cups. Part 6, we have the Wheel of Fortune card. The devil's biggest trick is to discredit you and to make you look foolish, because it seeks to when you shine and you radiate. People don't like that. Like when you bring light and clarity and a effervescent, they'll break you down. And then when you don't do this, then they come with this, and then when you don't do that, they come. Either way it goes, you just don't know how to be with them. This is Satan's biggest tool, is to get you to doubt yourself, to not want any better, to want to transition over, and then gets up and do the same thing. It don't matter what it is, they're doing it to you because you simply are there. And once you have gained that insight on life, this is life as such. If you do everything it tells you to do, it's just going to find something else to get you on. Plain and simple. These are spirits. Card 5. I have 6 of Pentacles. Oftentimes they'll, come and be very manipulative, like they're, bringing peace and joy and all of this, and they just as evil can come. Card 4. I have 2 of Pentacles. Card. Things are going to turn around in your favor because this psychological warfare, this psychological attack on the mind and the mentality and the mindset is a tool that is used by many. It is. Part 3. 3 of Wands. This right here, this is a ploy to get someone to turn on itself. I'm gonna say a prayer because somebody just came to mind just now. I feel as though this person, she's feeling suicidal. I do feel as though I'm talking to a nurse. I'm talking to a nurse. Like God just revealed to me, because I was rambling. God said to me that this person is battling an issue in her mind right now, and she's feeling suicidal. But to the world, because her countenance has, been in such a manner to not let them see what is going on internally. So it may appear as though she's one way, but on the inside, it takes somebody that is spiritually in tune to see what it is. Because when you begin to have, this is why a lot of us who have found this newfound epiphany or spirituality refrain from having relations, because that stare or that look, many people would assume that to be of a sexual nature. That is not what it is. I realized and recognized that I was pulled in here for a purpose. Even her closest loved ones may not be aware of it. It has nothing to do with sex. I feel like this person is having some suicidal thoughts, is what I feel. She puts on an image as though everything is well put together. And I feel as though on the inside, she somehow feel like I cannot keep it or hold it together. And she prayed for a sign. She prayed for a sign. Please have somebody to speak for me, because I feel so alone. I feel so alone. No one understands how I feel. I try to reach out to closest colleagues. I try to reach out to friends. I try to reach out. They don't understand it. They can't relate to my feelings. Is what I feel. Right now, Five of Swords. As the obstacle. Right now, I feel as though this person is looking to harm herself. Is what I feel. Something is letting me know that this person is looking to harm herself. And I have it's a sign, like a show God just revealed to me. It flashed in my head as I was laying this card and associate what that card means to me. It flashed in my head. I feel like this person prayed for a sign. That's what that is. You know, many times people don't want to speak on such topics because they feel as though somebody is speaking a curse upon them, or somebody wishing ill will against them and trying to come against them as such. But you know, I want it to be known that I don't have no dealings with you. I don't know you personally, and it's not that I don't care anything about you. That's not the truth. You know, because you woman, and just like I am woman. You know, but I honestly feel as though um this is something that need to be said. I'm pulling out my angelic cards. I'm gonna actually pull out three angelic cards, and I'm gonna say a prayer for this person, because I don't I have my own battles. We all do. We all will have to battle something. We will. But I'm gonna pull out three cards. One, two, and three angelic cards. Um Card one says relationship harmony. Archangel Raguel. We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. So I don't know exactly what that is transpiring with you. I do feel like there is some type of conflict and battle or adversary that has has been put out. And I feel like a lot of that energy someone, it lets me know just now, somebody did something to this person to humble her and to break her down. That's what I feel. And when I mention about that, I feel as though someone externally has done something to this person to break her and to make her, is what I feel. Like some external forces has done this. And I feel like I'm speaking to a nurse, I honestly do, have done something to this person to break her and to make her the way she is. Um, I honestly feel as though somebody has inadvertently threatened her, is what I feel. Like to cause bodily harm to her is what I feel. And how I know this because I know how the cycle of life is. I know how spirits are. I know how demons operate. And this is their enemy's biggest tool and trick is to control you and to get you to operate out of its desire. And I feel as though this woman has been programmed, like deprogrammed to be something that is contrary to what she is. Because I'm gonna give my synopsis on it. I have the breath card or breathe card. It says Archangel Raphael, take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. So it just let me know, and reading this card, that they did this to you to release you. In other words, to get you from being who you truly are. And something that is letting me know that they did this to you by way of a relationship. Like whomever the person that you have this relationship with, um, you was put with this person to get you in your place. And I'm not talking about structural place. I'm talking about to let you know, yeah, that's what I feel. And as a result, all those spirits came and it broke your spirit, and you just a walking vessel. Simple as that. Just a walking shell of a woman. And you go get all these fancy things to cover it up and hide it. Somebody like such as myself, who've been around long enough, can see straight through that. I know what the deal is. I honestly do. Spiritual understanding, Archangel Raziel, I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and help you understand spiritual truths. So you're going to be played with someone who's going to enlighten you on the truth. Because I think what has been told to you was a lie. Like you deep down inside know the truth, and because you was put around and put in situations to the contrary, they broke you and molded you to think and believe what we want you to think and believe. So say for instance, if you were raised in a so-called Christian upbringing, well, the Satan's biggest testing tool is to put you in around demons to mark that intellect and that mentality. I give you another example. Let's say you was raised in, you know, a life of privilege. You know, can go and do it whatever you want, but then you may have to work around quote unquote trash or gutter or the underserved. So whatever the adversary or the imposing or contrast to what the belief are from your background, that's what they're going to put you in. They're going to put you somewhere to where they will mock and taunt you. That means mock that intellect and that mindset and let you know, We have control. We are in control. The battle is for the control of the spirit, is what that is. And once you are put in those situations, you will realize these are demons. Simple as that. And when you begin to judge people, you will see how it will fold against your thoughts and mockery as such. You can't believe everything that you see in life, because oftentimes you don't know. Plain and simple. It sits on his ass all day and figure a way of how it can what? Steal, kill, and destroy. Okay. So I'm going to close out this Spiritual Sense YouTube presentation for the integrated tarot card reading for today. And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you're more than welcome to comment below. Until then, you have a safe and wonderful day. Good day.